Ahum to you and to yours. Wisdom for your head. Clear that head today. Too much in it. Too hot. Perfect. My name is Mary Nunez. I am with Moira's Light Spiritual School of Healing, and also owner of Gorgeous Glow Facial Spa here in Boynton Beach. I want to let you know that I'm back. I'm going to start classes in the actual office. What I can fit in the office would be about 10 to 15 people. I have 2 classrooms, and there will be hands-on experiences in what it is that you are learning. So if you're learning a course on Reiki, you're going to be processing Reiki energy live to other students. If you're going to be learning human design, you'll be learning human design, and then we're going to start putting practices into human design. What does that mean? Well, human design is us. What makes us? What are we? How do we respond? Why is it so connected to astrology? How is it we can use energy healing? How is it that we can use sound healing? How is it that we can add just the basic aromatherapy to human design in the process of healing? How is it that we can incorporate the teachings of alchemy into human design that is now connected to everything? Well, it's because everything is relative. Everything is relative with everything. So one of the courses that I'm going to start, and it's not going to be online, you can take the course in the office. Like I said, max 10 people is what we are looking for because of the size. But what is human design? Well, human design is how we live. What makes us tick, in other words, right? And I'm going to touch on the percentage that we have most of on this planet, right? And you're going to see and hear words that you yourself are going to go, oh, I've heard this before. You're going to link it to something that you've learned from me or anyone else. And you're going to see how everything is relevant. Now, when we talk about human design, when we talk about workshops like this and alchemies and how we can incorporate other modalities to it, we're talking a much higher level educational and spiritual endeavor. And what we're doing is I am teaching a bit higher than what I've been teaching before, still keeping the level of understanding to everyone so they can understand it, and still teaching the core subjects that I've always taught. But when I go into human design, I want you to understand that it's time. We need to be able to put away all our binkies, everything that we use, and put them away, grow up in the spiritual realm, grow up not needing tools other than the energy that comes down and that we share with Mother Gaia, or Pachamama, that I love to call her because that's her name. As a shaman, I've always rooted myself to Pachamama, and her name, it's beautiful. But let me go back, because you know that I go off on tangents. So today I'm going to talk to you about the bigger population of people on this planet in the human design class, and what they are and how they work. Well, these people are called generators. They make up 70%, give or take 5% here and there, depending on, because there is fluctuations. You can move from roles, okay? Because remember that energy and the universe and everything in the spiritual has no limit. There's no limit. There's nothing you cannot do when it comes to working positive, higher vibrations. There's nothing. I don't want to hear it from anyone else that says, oh, you go. No. No. Everything that you do in a higher frequency for the greater good has no limit. Okay? So let's go back to this human design. Let's go back to who generators are. Well, generators, although they make 70% more or less of the population on this planet, guess what they're considered? Guess what other words they are called? No. Life force. You've heard that word before, that term, life force. Well, they are considered the life force on this planet. This planet. In another planet, they have their own life force, right? And they're going to have their own generators. They may be called something else, right? And that amount that we have 70% here, give or take 5, maybe 60 or 80 or maybe 100. You're not going to know. But here, we're talking about here. These are considered the life force of this planet. Why? Why? Remember back in the spiritual development course, the 1, 2, and 3, that I always said there are people that are just walking here, walking through this existence that we're actually in, and they're little batteries. Here we go. This is your life force of the planet, 70% of these people. And you tell me at the end of this workshop, free workshop, what if you resonate with being a generator, right? Well, the reason they're called a life force is because they have this powerful, unrelenting, sustainable energy that allows them to build and create anything, especially anything in higher frequencies and for the greater good. Now, there are core features for these generators, and you tell me which one you fall into. Well, you need to think well, because it's not that you have one of these, you're going to have them all. If you feel that, the first 3 that I explained, oh, that's me, but then on the 4th, you're like, yeah, that doesn't sound like me at all. You got something to think about. You got something to work through. All right? And your sacral energy is the one that's going to tell you. But let's look at the way that they strategize, right? Generators are the ones that wait to respond. They sit back and they're like, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what's going on. But they never initiate action by themselves. No, they're going to wait for external clues. Oh, that one did this one. That one does that one. And then they're going to respond in a few ways. And they're not always the same. An invitation, Perhaps they find themselves in a situation, or something just rattles them, and this little spark of energy just makes them come to life. It's like if they come to life, right? Now, when they do respond, they look for what is aligning with them. If it doesn't align to them, and this is why I always ask you to ask yourself, is this mine? This energy I'm receiving, is this mine? Is this mine? And you ask for that divine guidance. And once you say, or they tell you, yeah, I'm gonna talk to you where it is you're gonna feel it next. But when you feel that there is some kind of alignment, that's when you're gonna respond. But it's not only that you feel that alignment or you see that alignment. You are actually one of the vessels that will be used in this strategic response to actually create significant momentum. So if you're that kind of person that let's go, let's make this party happen, right? You could be a generator. All right. So now let's look where it is that a generator in human design, where do they feel this? Well, we're looking at the sacral center. So a generator uses the sacral center, which, by the way, it is the center of the life force energy. Right? What did we hear here? This is not foreign information. Now you're putting little things together. So what does it mean? Well, these generators have this uninterrupted access to energy when they're doing what they love. Right? When they're doing what they love. So far, I see myself as a generator, but am I? I still have to go through the entire course and learn more about human design so I can tell where I'm sitting. All right? And this is a beautiful course because this course is going to tell you who you are, how you work. When we add the astrology side to it with Lissy, now we're really cooking because we're really diving deep into your own human design. And then when we add the healing aspect, the energy healing, and we bring down those energies from those planets that bring this into fruition, helps you in your human design, and then we bring in that alchemical and shamanic component, you're going to know who you are. You're going to know how people are. You're going to know so much more about your purpose. And you're going to be able to walk that straight line that everybody's looking for, right? So when a generator that uses their sacral energy is doing something, a work, a creation that they love, they have an uncanny way of continuing to receive energy, consistent access to energy, which is amazing because that is exactly what they want. That's what you need when you do the work that you love, because it is a give and take, and it creates excitement. So their sacral center response is going to go, yes. And then it's going to provide you, the generator, a feeling of excitement, a feeling of joy, a feeling of ease, a feeling of total total satisfaction, but mostly warmth. That sacral center will be illuminating, will be vibrating, will be percolating, right? Warmth. Because it's all about love. Let's go to that actual sacral response though, right? Because you got the sacral energy, but how does the sacral energy respond to this, to the yes, right? How do you get there? How is it that your sacral energy gets to that response? Well, like everything in this world, we have to make decisions. And when we make decisions, this process involves spending a good amount of time listening to your gut feeling, listening to your spiritual entourage, opening yourself up to receive wisdom and great medicine from those that are around you, that you are asking for help. Generators have no problem asking for help, okay? Because when we are working in love, we are working with no ego. So it's okay to ask for help, isn't it? So when you ask a generator, or you present them with an option, it can be any option, right? You're going to see it in their face, like, and you're going to hear them like, huh, or or ah. Okay, what is happening when a generator does that? Well, you're giving him an option, right? You're asking them to make a decision, or the universe is asking them to make a decision, right? And then they're going to use what? Their gut feeling, because we talked about the sacral energy. It's going to be a gut feeling, and that gut feeling is going to be a yes or a no. There's not going to be a maybe. And there's not going to be a, let me think about it. There's not. You're going to know the moment that they grunt. The moment that they take that deep breath, and the moment they put that face, or they're looking up, when you see that, they are actually processing what they're seeing, what they would like to see, so that they can be guided to the right choice. Okay? Is it logical? Not all the time. It's really very visceral. There's no logic to this. Now, how do they process satisfaction and frustration? Well, let's say a generator is working and they're feeling great because the work that they're doing is a yes, right? And they're doing it with love. So they are aligned with their own energy. Everything is feeling great. When this happens, they experience satisfaction. They are at peace. They're fulfilled. They are filled with energy. They are making the best decisions, the best choices. Everything is in rhythm with the universe. However, when you get a generator and you put them in a position where they're doing a job, a work, an energy, they're expending their energy doing something that just does not align with them, or they feel they're being forced into. Oh my freaking God, how many of us go through that? Every single day. If it's not at work, it's at home. If it's not at home, it's socially. If it's not socially, it's family. If it's not family, it's what? Why is it that the majority do not feel happiness or satisfaction? It is because in their lives, they're not aligned with what it is that they love to do. Okay? Or they're doing something because they feel they're being forced into. Well, that only brings frustration. And I don't need to go further to let you feel. I don't want you to feel frustration in this workshop. I want you to get the results that you need. So this frustration is just an emotional signal. This is just a message, okay? Telling you, hey, you are not flowing. Get out. You need to do something else. Find something else that is going to align with you and make you happy. It's just an emotional signal. That's why satisfaction and frustration still is part of a response. Is your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul in alignment with what you're doing? If the answer is no, find a different point of view and make the correction now. As long as it's for the good of everyone, you will get to where you need to go, but you need to do it now. You need to start now. It's going to take a while, but you need to start doing it now. And you can start by dreaming, by starting your intentions, journaling. Let's work on your satisfaction in this journey instead of dwelling in the frustration. Now, let's talk about the sustainability of energy. Generators are so freaking capable of sustaining their energy over long periods of time. But that only happens to a generator if they're doing what brings them joy, ease, comfort, and grace. This is the kind of energy that does not fizzle out. It doesn't. But it does require for alignment in many, many facets. And when you find that, oh, I align with these 3 little things, but this one, I don't know about this one, find a different point of view and work on that. And this is why I'm saying that these points, when you find one that, oh yeah, well, it's something for you to work on, okay? Now, again, the energy does not fizzle out. I mean, it just doesn't. It continues as long as you're in alignment. When a generator is doing the work that they love, now there's a sense of purpose. I talked about that way up. See the relevancy in everything that I've talked about this time for everything. But they feel energized from it. When it's a perfect example. When I have a full day at the spa and I have 5, 6, 7 clients, and they're all there for a spiritual facial, which is the biggest one of all. The first one, because I'm doing it and I found my purpose, I found my happiness working with upper chakras and helping people spiritually through a facial that helps them relax to receive the information that they need. I do that in pure joy. This is what I love. This is my purpose. So at the end of the day, I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I have more energy than anybody. Am I taking anybody's energy? No, because I am producing my own. Because in order for me to do the greater good, I need a constant IV drip in a spiritual form for energy. And it continues to give me as I continue to give out. So when you feel that energy after a long day's work, you know you're in the right place. You know you're aligning. I don't have to even tell you the opposite of that. You come home and you're drained, you're in the wrong place. You go out with your friends, you come home and you're drained, you're with the wrong crowd. That's all it is. It isn't, oh, because we partied so hard. Well, if you were really amongst that frequency of love 24/7 while you were there with them, you wouldn't come home tired. You would have so much energy. Now, what are generators not here to do? Remember, these are 70% of our population. What are generators not designed to do? And I said it from the beginning. They are not designed in the, even though they make 70% of the population, they are not designed to be initiators. Imagine if they did. Things would be a lot different, would it be? So if a generator is presented with someone that is trying to force or initiate things, that is when they get exhausted or frustrated. Why? Because they're being forced. The word force, if you look at the word force, it's something that you're being asked to do or forced to do against your will, against your beliefs. That is a low frequency. A low frequency. So it doesn't align with you if it's not in a high frequency. Here's where you end up exhausted, frustrated. What was that other word? Not willing to do much. Your life force energy drops. Well, if your life force energy drops, what happens to that collective life force energy? Correct. It drops as well. So the key for a generator in human design, and much later on we'll go into human design philosophies. If they try to force, anybody tries to force or initiate things, you're going to end up exhausted and frustrated. But you are going to know in your sacral energy, if you know how to tap into that, you're going to know how not to get forced to initiate anything and just be the generator that you are. So the key for a generator is to wait for the right opportunities. You're going to be guided. You're going to feel it. You're going to hear it. You're going to be like, wow, this is exciting. I want to be part of it, right? So that it feels right. And then you're going to respond in that particular order. So when we take all this and we go spiritually into what a generator is here to do, they are here to align their energy with what brings them joy and satisfaction. That's going to bring up their energy. That's going to bring up their frequencies. That is going to get their life force happy, vibrant, right? Illuminated. Their chakra is going to be illuminated. Their luminous energy field, their auras, that's going to be illuminated. Every single cell in their body, every atom that's around them, listening to create the manifestation that they are now making intentions for, is going to be excited, right? So generators are on this planet to align 70% to align their spiritual energy with what brings them joy and satisfaction. Oh my freaking God, what does that mean? 70% of people, give or take 5, are here to experience joy and satisfaction. They can only get that with high vibrations. 70%. 70%. Their spiritual journey has them finding and looking for what makes them come to life. And then when they find it, how they respond to it. And if they don't, how do they respond to that? So what are they here for? They are here to master the art of patience. Huge issue. Patience. But not only that, they're here to allow their own lives to unfold in the way that feels most natural to them. Because if it doesn't, it's not aligning. Therefore, you're never satisfied. You're always in frustration. Those words are low frequencies. Okay? So when we take a generator that's 70% of the population, and we feed them and we teach them how to get to their life purpose, how to let go of the addiction to lower vibrations. By the way, people, that is an addiction. It is an addiction. There is such a thing as spiritual addictions. To let go of the lower energies so that they can vibrate at higher energies, so they can have the better choices to do the things that they love. Do I sound preachy? I think I'm preaching. Do you think I'm preaching? When we get that 70% of people, and the rest of us are able to align them, help them to get aligned to what it is that they need to be doing, what they came here. Remember, they're doing what? They're becoming masters. Okay? Master patience. All right? And then they're here to, what is it that they're here for? Generators are here to align their energy with what brings them joy and satisfaction. When that happens to 70% of people on this planet, what happens to the collective? To 70% of that collective? Because universally you have to multiply it, and it does turn into 70%. What happens? What happens to the properties of intention? What happens to the purpose of manifestation? In a global aspect, if we take 70% of people on this globe, on this earth, and this moment, what happens? Exactly. Exactly. So one of the key components of these 70% of people on our globe and their spiritual growth is for them to learn how to let go of, it's my neighbor, of the pressures that society has given them to make things happen. For who? Who are we making things happen to? For what reason? And does it align? And why should I care if their purpose, or what I think is my purpose, I'm going to push it towards this person and say, no, no, you're going to do what I want. Oh, there goes the pressure. You're going to make this happen. But it's not aligning. who am I to make that decision for them? No, my job is this. It's aligning well with you. Are you hurting anybody? Are you hurting yourself? What is the bigger picture? And you get it. You're like, oh, okay, so let me see how I can help you. That's a different part of the human design. But so let's put it together. When we take the generator, understand that they're the ones that wait to respond, but they do. Once it is aligned to them, their sacral energy says, yes, do something about it, right? And do it with love. When their inner authority, their inner self, which is in the generator uses the sacral energy center, which is their gut response, right? And they add love component, ease, joy. Here comes the signature emotion of the generator, and it says, whoa, I'd rather be in satisfaction than in frustration. But then here comes the opposite, which is the one we're trying to detract away from, but at least we know what to watch for, what to look for, so we can help them make the change when they're not in their true self, when they're not living from their soul. You've heard me say that. When they're not living from their soul, and this goes to anyone, okay? Not just generators. When you're not living in your soul, forget it. You're not in truth and alignment, and you're definitely not in integrity to be in alignment. So when you're not in alignment with your true self, true meaning truth, you experience frustration. So we see so many people that are living in frustration, and yet we choose to walk by, knowing that we, as leaders, spiritual leaders, are able to give a hand. Just a hand. Just a hand. So this course, what can this course do for you? Well, it is a live course, so it is going to be in the office as a workshop. And we're going to have several workshops because I want to go through all 5 types of human design core. Because this is the 101. This is, and from here, oh my God. From generators, we get their astrology birth chart. We open up the birth chart. We see where the alignments are. We see, because it's with astrology, what is there is truth. It's there. It's yours. What can go wrong? Maybe the time. Not everybody knows their exact true time. So it's homework that you have to do. And some people are like, well, just give me the roundabout. Just say it's 9 o'clock. Well, no, because that doesn't really work. But then you bring in the healing component. Well, how does Mars in the house of, let's say, love, how can I heal that? What is the aspect? What's going on? How can I use energy healing to help this? Because there's got to be a different point of view. If Pluto is sitting on your house of work, is it a total blowout? No, there are things that can be done here, right? To alleviate. So again, spiritual guidance is limitless. Spiritual wisdom has no limits, but spiritual energy of what could be is limitless as well. So with the human design course, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn about helping people in your family, helping your kids, helping you understand your parents, what makes them tick, why. And then you'll be able to ask yourself first, you ask your sacral energy, well, I know I'm waiting to respond if you are a true generator. If this gives you energy, if this sparks you up, if this becomes an invitation for you to want to learn more at a higher level, because you want to genuinely feel and know what living in satisfaction is day in and day out. I did it. If I did it, so can you. There is no doubt about it. But it's a course. And in order to participate in the course, there are certain things that needs to align with you. And if it doesn't, you find the way. You find a different way. And if it still doesn't, then it's not for you. There is no right or wrong and no good or bad. There is just love. That's all there is to it. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to my rant. I haven't done this in quite a while. I want to invite you to our human design courses. It'll be held once a month because there's going to be a lot of information. We're going to start with 101. It is going to be at Gorgeous Glow Facial Spa. You are going to learn. There is a max of 10 people. If there are not 10 people in the class, we may open it as an online course, but there's nothing better than being face-to-face. I also invite you to a spiritual facial with moi, and you can see pictures of, that I post on Instagram and all that of my work. And there's a lot of spiritual energy that is transferred from my hands to your upper chakras, and your skin responds beautifully. For those of you that have had a facial with me, I'd love for a video of you explaining how you felt, how your skin responded to healing in your upper chakras. We have also an advanced, and I want to call it advanced method Reiki class. It is for Reiki masters. It is for Reiki teachers. It is a direct representation that I have been given on how it's a different way of using energy, the Reiki energy, to deliver directly to the person or animal or situation that you have been presented. It is a beautiful method, and it's something to truly consider ramping up that Reiki energy. It still uses the same old, but it's a different positional method. It's just a lot more advanced. So, we're going to have astrology classes. We're going to have, oh my God, everything in the spiritual development course, just in different categories. Guys, this is where in the human design class and in the spiritual development classes, this is where you get to harness who you are. And this is how you get to understand that you came here to do what? What did you come to do here? You came here to live in joy, to live in happiness, to create the life that you designed before you got here. to let go of the things that you have taken into yourself as yours when it's not. I'll be very honest, when I see someone that comes for a spiritual consultation, I tell them, how dare you? How dare you take something that does not belong to you and make it yours? Number one, you're stopping your own ascension process. And you know it, because you know it's not yours and you still want to get yourself in it. Number two, you're not listening to your human design cues. And number three, you are enabling the person this is happening to not to evolve, because you're in the middle of their evolution. They have to go through this. But what is it that you need to be doing? Is you need to help them. They need to go, just like you need to go through what you need to go through, but you help them. But don't make it yours, because then you cannot help them the way that they need to. You will use pity, and pity stops their energy, weakens their energy, and stops them from moving forward, because you are sending that energy to them. Think about that, guys. Think about, we can go forever and ever. We need to stop. Anyway, thank you so much. My name is Mary. You can find me at Gorgeous Glow Facial Spa. I'm here in Boynton Beach. Yes, I do facials, but I do have my doctorates in spiritual development. We are adding new classes, especially human design, and then we start adding other components. My sister's going to take care of the astrology side, because she is astrology, and I will take care of the healing side and the alchemy, so that we can start adding all these components to human design work that you could be doing, not only for you, but your family, your friends, people that designed meeting you because they need information from you. Don't look away. Accept them and give them what they're asking, and send them on their way. Because with that information, oh my God, they're going to be great. They're going to be well. Thank you. Ahum to you and yours.